So this is the marine radio we got. It's been working really well, mostly. However, its charging is on this mini USB, which isn't used very much anymore. And as it turned out, I don't have the cable that came with it. So yesterday we went into Winona. Jen ran over to a Walmart and we got a cable. This is it pulled apart. Unfortunately, while it has the right connector, it doesn't work physically with this because basically the door blocks it. We disassembled it completely to see if we could make it work, and no luck. So we're basically back to having to mail a cable to us because we haven't charged this yet, and it's pretty much out of batteries now. And morning here in the jungle as we try and get out of here. So this spot actually looks a little more hospitable in the daylight. You can see we were able to find sand. If you're seeing plants on the ground and you're screaming that it's poison oak or things like that, one of the funny things with us is neither of us has ever been affected by poison oak or poodle dog, despite a lot of exposure. So we're really not good at identifying it. Jen is more trusting that the universe is a kind place, and so she just assumes it's never going to affect her. I assume it's just going to affect me when it is very inconvenient, and it will be so horrible it will probably send me to the hospital or something. The other thing is we are a little wary of touching plants because of ticks, which haven't been that bad here, but also stinging nettle. We have had a few run-ins with those, and that was one of the banes of my childhood. The other thing through here is we have really, really long days, which is great timing-wise. However, it means we have been paddling until, 9:30 at night sometimes, which means we're not in bed till after 11. And when some of us, aka me, wake up automatically at 5 a.m. pretty much, we're a little lower on sleep than we would prefer. My solution is usually just to keep drinking coffee until I wake up, but that hasn't been working out so good the last couple of weeks. Okay. She's just cracking up because she can't tie a bowline to save her life. Literally, if terrorists were like, we're going to blow up a major city unless you tie a bowline, lady, could not.
I can.
You just choose not to this entire trip. It's just bowline-like abominations. I taught a mountaineering class for, 10 years. And that's one of the knots where I can actually teach it really well. There's a mnemonic, there's all that. Guess who will not do that, even though it involves like a cute little rabbit going around a tree?
Why are you teaching a bowline in mountaineering? That is a totally useless knot.
So that's the person that doesn't know how to tie it, who can't make a primitive anchor worth a damn. And that was only slightly horrendous. Water level was conveniently located right above our mud boots. So, I feel like we're really bringing part of this campsite with us. In addition to all the mud, God knows what plants we've rubbed all over, God knows where. Take your time, Jen. Slow. Yes, it's not like we're going to sit at lock 6 for an hour or anything. So we ended up pushing it just a little too late yesterday. We thought we were fine because we had a marked campsite somebody had used here. It was a rough campsite, but we knew they'd camp there. So we figured no matter what, we had something we could get to, only to get there. And technically you could camp there, but it was pretty horrible. So we were digging around in the bushes well after dark last night. As you can see, the Canadian smoke cloud has not left us, though from what I was reading last night, we're doing better than a lot of areas. It did rain a little bit late last night, early this morning, and I got a notice that there may be isolated severe thunderstorms in our area, which would be good and bad because that might help the smoke, but we might also have to run for it. Or if the severe thunderstorm was behind us, pushing us on a headwind, we'd get the sail out and we'd have an awesome time. I would just like to point out that once again, Tater was against buying things, and here I get the sail because it's green, it looks cool, we got advice, and it turned out awesome. So Matt, spending money is a good thing.
Yeah, this trip has really challenged my kind of philosophy of keep it simple, because both the sail and the cart have been major quality of paddling upgrades.
Her usual position is actually consumerism is bad unless it's cute. If it's a cute thing, like I got her some little kitten earrings with like a little blue jewels, though that was okay. Your shirt, Hugh the manatee, cute things. Okay, so that is Lock and Dam 6 up there in the smoke. And we just got on the radio because there was a tugboat back here and we wanted to make sure they knew we were here before they, you know, came out and squashed us like a bug. And they've said, we're first in line, so just book it. Mush Blondie! And once again, they got the doors open for us because we called ahead on the radio. And that green light is saying that we are free to approach. Similar to the last few locks, there wasn't a huge drop on this one. We are looking forward to lock 19 because apparently that's the first one since number 1 that has a big significant drop. And we are on our way. The trick there was actually trying to get out of there because now we're going against a headwind and we started having waves coming at us. So we only have about 10 miles now to the next lock. Unfortunately, while we don't have huge waves, we are having a pretty consistent headwind, so we're not drifting through the water like we were yesterday.
Snack break at a sandbar. Enjoying the mid-morning cup of soup that is now a part of our river routine.
And not enjoying the wind. This was a lot more fun when it was going our way.
Yeah.
Looking back at this footage the next morning, both Jen and I have commented just how bad it was and how that totally does not come through on the video footage. So the only barges we've passed today have been parked like this. We're not sure if it's due to the wind or what. Interestingly enough, they've been running their engines to basically hold them against the wall the entire time. And that's lock 7 we're crawling to. Every now and then the wind hits so hard it's hard to make any forward progress. 3:30 and this is lock 7. We've been fighting hellacious headwinds for the last couple hours. Well, basically most of the day, I guess, at this point.
Well, getting over here was exhausting, but we made it into lock 7 with no wait. We are on a roll. That is 4 locks straight through.
Because there's nobody else out here because of the damn wind and all the waves. Yeah, no wait then. Piece of cake. We were told this gate's a little slower. Something structural. I'm sure that's fine. It's not like it's going to be holding back the mighty Mississippi in about a minute, right?
It's just a little bit old. It can do things just slowly.
So when we're in here, we don't have much to do other than just hold on and watch, but we have noticed the last couple seem to have had little gardens going. Right after lock 7, there was a rest area that we went up to fill our water and take advantage of the bathrooms. And this is the main reason we came up here, water.
It's 6 o'clock. We are both really exhausted. If it seems like there was less video footage today, probably because we felt like we couldn't put our paddles down for more than 5 seconds or else we were getting blown to the side, blown horizontal, etc. I think Matt managed to get some cute animal footage at least. That raccoon was really cool. Things are a little nicer once we got into this side channel heading into La Crosse, but we're still fighting against a headwind, so we're gonna call it a little early, make a nice camp while we have some peace and quiet before we get into La Crosse, and hopefully have a nicer paddling day tomorrow. Also, you might remember one of the earlier videos up in the headwaters. It was another night in camp dealing with these swarms of mosquitoes, and I was just really wore down and was wondering if they are gonna continue to be that bad the entire rest of the way down the river. Well, I am very pleased to say that they are not. They actually have been down to very reasonable levels since we got in the vicinity of Minneapolis. So they're no longer detracting from camp experience. They're still out occasionally, you know, it's enough that I put on my rain jacket, but I'm able to freely move around camp without being constantly fully armored up and constantly attacked. We are just about all set up in our happy little island camp. And dinner tonight features artichokes, which is one of my favorite things, along with fresh bell pepper. So pretty excited about that. Home sweet home for the night.